We're Jed and Sandy, and we're traveling around the world. We're currently in Spain, where we just walked over 500 miles on the Camino de Santiago. Then we headed south to the amazing city of Malaga on the Costa del Sol. And today we're checking out the beautiful and historic town of Ronda.
Good morning from beautiful Ronda, Spain.
So we have all day here to explore this beautiful historic city, and we are so excited because we have been wanting to visit here ever since we saw the beautiful pictures of this place.
But first, in order to get our day started, we're gonna have some coffee and churros. So we found this little place called Cafeteria Churreria Alba. Say that 3 times fast.
Good job.
Cafeteria Churreria. Churreria?
Dos cappuccinos.
That's what churros for 2 looks like. That's kind of massive. Got our own cup of chocolate for dipping and our cappuccinos. Sandy's about to show us how to properly eat a Spanish churro.
I don't know about all that, but step 1, take the churro, dip in the chocolate, and then try not to burn your mouth while you're eating it. Yeah, definitely try not to burn your mouth. That's really good. I love the churros here. They're not like super sweet like back in the States. Like if you buy a churro back there, it'd be covered in cinnamon and sugar. It's basically just I'm gonna call it bread for lack of a better word. And then even the chocolate's not super sweet. It's delicious.
But we just can't sit around eating churros all day. And our first stop is Ronda's most popular site, Puente Nuevo, aka the New Bridge.
So we are getting our first views of the bridge from the Parador Hotel property. A couple quick facts about the bridge. Construction of this bridge started in 1751. That's during the 18th century and took about 40 years to build. The bridge stands about 100 meters or 400 feet high and spans 216 feet across the El Tajo Gorge. So you can actually get views of the bridge from both sides. So not only can you stand here at the Parador and see it, but you can also go to the other side to the Cuenca Gardens, and there is a viewing platform there where you can see the bridge as well.
But to really get to know the bridge, you have to get inside of the bridge. So that's what we're gonna do. We're actually going to the interpretive center, which allows you access inside of the bridge. So let's get going.
Cash payment is not accepted.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It seems like everywhere else, like everyone's like cash only, and then we get the only card place. That's okay.
That's fine. I can do card.
This is pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah, this is really neat.
So it's actually really hard to get like a great view standing up on the side because the walls are so tall up there. But here, as we're coming down the steps, we're like right next to the bridge, and it's pretty amazing.
So I really wasn't kidding when I said we are actually going inside of the bridge.
This is so cool. Look at it. It's like an old passageway. I'm guessing these at the time were probably for maintenance and other
Defense.
things. Defense, maintenance.
Hide your
all the things.
baseball cards. I don't.
It was for something, but these are really cool. There's another little passage down there that goes down, and it looks like maybe it goes down to like the balcony areas that are like on the sides. That would have been cool, but those are closed off. So at the top of the tunnel was a nice little interpretive center, and it had lots of information and videos on the construction of the bridge as well as urban development of the area after the bridge. But now we are actually going to take a 20-minute walk, and we are going to go down there where we can actually get a view of the bridge and the gorge, and I think it's going to be amazing. So we have made it, but that was way longer than 20 minutes. Apparently the trail that my direction test going on was closed. We don't even know if it was the correct place anyway, but I think it ended up taking us about 35 minutes instead of 20 minutes to get down here.
Bring some water. It gets hot here, but hey, look at that. That's the new bridge.
The great thing about taking the time to walk down here for this view is that you can actually see how deep this gorge is and how tall the bridge is in comparison. It's really pretty impressive, especially when you consider the time frame when it was built. That is a ton of work to do without modern tools and stuff.
Apparently, I think when they were building part of this, I think at one point part of it collapsed, and there were about 50 people who were killed during the construction of this bridge. So it was a very, very dangerous job, obviously. But now we have to walk back up this hill, back into town, and explore some more. So while we were out walking around town, we came across some signs for a place called Casa del Rey Moro. And what the signs say it is an old water mine. I have no idea what a water mine is because I have never seen one. So we figured we should probably check it out. And it's really old. It was built in the 14th century. And by the sign, it says that this is the best preserved specimen of a water mine in all of Spain.
And it was visited by Michelle Obama and Madonna. So
yeah, Madonna made a video here.
yeah, so you know it has to be good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this monument actually consists of 3 parts. One is the garden, which is full of peacocks and pretty things that you would find in a garden, like flowers. The second is a house. It's old, you can't go into it, but it's a pretty cool looking old house. And then there's the mine. So let's talk about this. Little did I know that it's 196 feet that we have to descend down into the mine. And there's a slew of warnings talking about, if you're not in peak physical condition, you're not gonna make it. So that's where we're headed. Yeah, this is no joke.
Where are you taking me?
Well, the audience obviously knows because I already talked to them about this.
Did I sign up for this?
Apparently you did when you paid your €10.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of cool. We've made our way to the armory, and out some of these windows you can see down into the gorge and the water. But this is a tiny little space, and I don't fit that well. And it's kind of nerve-wracking, honestly. All right, still heading down. So we've made it down 196 feet to the bottom of the gorge. This place is absolutely gorgeous. Oh man. Yeah, you can hear Sandy laughing in the background. She's probably gonna deny laughing at that, but she was. So we haven't really talked about the whole water mine aspect. And there was a room called the water wheel room, and they had a bunch of Christian slaves that would turn this wheel, and it would bring the water up to the surface where it could be used by actually mainly the military. This was designed to actually keep this place occupied by the Muslim Empire at the time, and that's why they used Christian slaves on the water wheel. But also there are a ton of birds in this gorge. The only thing that would have been cooler if we could have seen the bridge from here, but unfortunately you'd have to get wet in order to see it, and I think you'd probably get in trouble. Sandy, go find out.
Nope.
Okay. Nope, that's not happening.
So in case you were wondering, 196 feet is the equivalent of 20 stories, and now we have to go back up.
With all this walking around and sightseeing, we didn't realize how hungry we were. Even these sights couldn't distract us from the fact that we hadn't eaten since breakfast. We've been in Spain for a little while and we're craving something a little bit different. We decided to grab a couple of bites to eat at Sensur GastroBar. Who can resist tacos? This tuna tartare taco with kimchi aioli was exactly what we needed. We also had sweet and spicy chili shrimp and what they called a Japanese hot dog, which had Japanese barbecue sauce and mayonnaise. Yep, those are fried onions. Easily one of the best hot dogs I've ever had. And then we had the Iberian ham and pork cheek croquettes, served on a dollop of aioli. These crispy little guys are the perfect bite. And who can say no to tacos? This barbacoa taco was the perfect ending to a great meal. Highly recommend.
So we had a long, hot morning this morning, so we actually went back to the room, rested up a little bit, cooled off, but now we are headed back out. We only have a few hours left here in Ronda, so there are a few more things that we'd like to do. First stop, the Arab baths.
Are you saying I need a bath?
Yes, you stink.
Okay, it's pretty hot. That's fair. That's fair.
So these air baths are actually really quite impressive. So these were built back in the 13th century by the Moors. As we talked about in the water mine, there was a huge Arabic influence on this part of Spain, well, all of Spain. This is actually the most well-preserved specimen of an Arabic bath in all of the Iberian Peninsula. In fact, all of these arches, they are original structures. It's really beautiful.
I don't know why this guy would visit the baths. He's self-cleaning. Just like the Roman baths, the Arab baths consisted of 3 main rooms: the cold bath, the warm bath, and the hot bath. And the stars that you see in the ceiling aren't just for decoration. They actually allowed for ambient mood lighting, as well as much needed ventilation.
So we just walked out through the garden area and up to the top of what is kind of like a tower here. And supposedly this would have been where the water wheel was located. They used a donkey to move the mechanism of the water wheel, or they could pull water up from the river and bring it into the baths. Well, unfortunately, Jed couldn't get a bath here because there is no water, but I actually really enjoyed visiting here. These are really impressive baths. It was really fun to learn about them.
Hands down, this is one of the coolest historical sites in Ronda, and I think it's a must-do.
So now we have one last thing that we want to do here in Ronda, and that is to try a
horse,
calm down
apparently.
over there. There's a sweet treat we want to try, so let's go see if we can't find it.
On the way back, we stopped by the well-preserved ancient walls of the city. These are really cool because you can actually climb up into them and take in some beautiful views.
So we just stopped by a little place called Confiteria Alba to pick up a sweet treat. This sweet treat is called Yemas de Tajo. If you remember, the gorge here is called the Tajo Gorge that the bridge sits on. And this is a sweet treat made of egg yolks and sugar.
So, that being said, I don't know how this is gonna taste. This is supposed to be refrigerated for a few hours after they make it. So, and we actually bought it, it was in a refrigerated case.
So yeah. Full disclosure, we have tried Yemas one other time when we were in Seville. We tried some Yemas there and it was like sugar overload. So let's see how these ones are. They are very sugary, that's for sure. Do you want to go first? Or do you want me to try?
I'll go first.
Ooh.
Okay, there's the egg
No,
yolk.
this is totally different.
Okay, that's.
This is so different than what we had there.
It is the color of a dark egg yolk. It looks like, if you've ever seen like salted egg yolks, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Go for it. The powdered sugar just flew in my face.
It's very mushy. Actually, this one isn't sugar overload at all. I mean, it's sweet, but
Okay, here, let me see what I think of it.
it's creamy. I wish I didn't know it was made out of egg yolk because it's like, I feel like I'm eating a raw egg yolk without like the raw egg yolk taste.
It is very creamy. Definitely different than the ones we tried before. I'm guessing there are different styles of Yemas that are made in maybe in different parts of Spain. This one's actually very good. It's not too sugary. I don't feel like I'm gonna go into a sugar coma after this. It's actually pretty tasty.
There are several places around the area that sell Yemas. Pick one with good reviews. That's what we did, and give it a try.
Okay, yeah, not bad at all. But I think that actually wraps up our video for here in Ronda. We really enjoyed it. The day is kind of coming to an end and we have an early train to catch to Malaga tomorrow. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do that. Hit the notifications bell, the like button.
Yeah, do all that stuff. And that's gonna do it for now. And until the next video, stay wonderful.
Call it a day.